everybody, welcome to Terror TV. Today we're talking about the Oscars that happened just like a week ago, and we have talked about the best films and the best the awards that that a lot of people got won and some surprises. Today I'm here with Mike Conlon, one of my good friend Mike Conlon, and here with Team Cecere.
Well, I got a question for you, Keanu. What was your favorite movie in the Oscars?
Well, I have to say, I haven't seen every single film, but for me, I just have to say Joker. I haven't seen Parasite yet.
I haven't seen Parasite either.
Yeah, and to read for the best picture, I realized that even that Parasite won best foreign film, it also won best picture. So, to me, that was very surprising. And also like the director of that film, Bong Joon-ho, he won best director as well because I thought to me originally I was thinking that I thought Martin Scorsese is gonna win for The Irishman because I know Spike Lee was presenting that award. I would see that two guys that like screening each other or something. But mostly after that Sang-ho like also inspired Scorsese for his films when he was that younger age. So
So you were hoping for some Oscars drama going on if Martin Scorsese got the Academy Award, right?
yeah.
That's what Keanu's looking for. He's looking for some drama out here. I was actually surprised that Parasite won like 4 awards, right? I couldn't believe that. Like I'm sitting there watching on my TV and it came home with Best Director, Best Movie, Best Foreign Film, and there was another one I forgot. But like it was outstanding. People were talking about it, but I just couldn't believe that it brought home all these things. I was expecting 1917 to get something. I was expecting Joker to get something like that. So I just thought it was really interesting. And how about, I want to hear your thoughts about Joaquin Phoenix winning Best Leading Actor.
Yeah, this is like this is the first time, well, the second time that that a comic book movie got nominated for Best Actor, because the last time was Heath Ledger, rest in peace. He passed away for 12 years now. He won the Best Actor for Joker in the Dark Knight, and this is now Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor for Joker. So
you think there's some luck going around with the Joker character, that it just breeds great actors, it attracts great actors, great performances?
Yes, this explains the ellipses between the mind of how the Joker live in a very harsh environment that doesn't really treat him that well. So similar like in the Dark Knight, like in that movie, the Joker understands what's wrong with society, and also like how he knows everything is like not always right, but somebody goes in the path, but also it can lead to very large consequences. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which Joker do you like more, Joaquin Phoenix or Heath Ledger?
I tell you, I like Heath Ledger like more. Heath Ledger is very good as the character. But I like Heath Ledger Joker more because mostly when he tells the perspective of how he has how do you like he saw things in life. Like I say that integration scene with Dark Knight with when he is fighting, when he was having a little speech with Batman and talking about how he's like a freak that's like him.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I think the Dark Knight trilogy is like the gold standard for superhero movies.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan did a great job. It's based in reality. The acting's fantastic. The use of practical effects and special effects in its own, it's outstanding. I think so. I prefer the Heath Ledger character as well. And I have a question for Tim. What movie or show do you think, or no shows, what movie do you think got shafted the most at the Oscars?
Oh man, The Irishman, come on. I was about to say, I feel like Martin Scorsese, Al Pacino, and Joe Pesci and De Niro all got snubbed. We're used to seeing them win after watching them in Goodfellas and Casino and Raging Bull. And I'm very surprised that they didn't get as many awards the other night.
I agree. I wanted to bring up something about the best visual effects, which went to 1917. And I was very surprised because when you look at the trailers for the movie, or if you saw the movie, there's not a lot of CGI animated things. There's not a lot of visual effects going on. If you looked at Avengers Endgame was in the category as well.
Yeah.
And there were entire scenes completely digitally shot. So I thought it was very interesting that 1917 won, and I wanted to show some insight on that as to why they won over Endgame, because Endgame was bringing a bunch of characters together, making people, creating an entire scene out of CGI, whereas 1917 had to digitally remove certain aspects from the movie. So if you watch during the trailer, you know how they had the whole scene where the guy's running through the trench? It was in all the commercials. The guy runs out of the trench, he has a long shot of soldiers coming behind him, and he's running and the camera's coming like away from him as he's running into the camera. They won the best visual effects because there's actually a truck driving that camera away, and they had to digitally take out all the tire tracks. They had to do a lot of hard work to make it look like it was an actual timepiece. It was filmed during that time. So I thought they really deserved it. But it was interesting to see that other people thought that Endgame didn't get it, or The Irishman doing the whole digitally de-aging of Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, even coloring De Niro's eyes in the movie. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was a little weird, so I kind of get why they didn't win, but it's very interesting indeed.
Well, if I could go back to talking about the Joker, I always said that I think Heath Ledger is admired more because you see him for less of the movie. For Joaquin Phoenix, you see him the whole time. It's like a whole 2.5 hours of Joaquin Phoenix. And not to say that his performance isn't as good, but it's almost oversaturated. Heath Ledger is only in The Dark Knight for about 40 minutes. So in contrast, less is more, and you kind of feel like you want to see more of Heath Ledger. Meanwhile, when you watch The Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, by the end of the movie, you're kind of sick of him.
I agree.
Yeah.
Any other insights, Keanu?
Yeah, and I'll say that the tribute was very interesting. They at the beginning of it, they honored Kobe Bryant, who passed away from a very terrible helicopter crash, like literally 3 weeks ago, I guess. And it's very sad because mostly he was an athlete as well and a legend, but also he won an Oscar like literally almost 2 years ago for a short animated film he made about basketball.
It was nice. I like how he had that whole spot of paying tribute to all the people that passed away in the movie industry over the past year, and especially I like how they highlighted Kobe Bryant because not many people know that he had an Oscar, and if you do, I think it was a special thing that they honored him.
And they also tribute John Singleton, who passed away like last year from a stroke. Well, he was a director and a filmmaker. He made one of the most influential film that debuted almost 30 years ago, Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
It also debuted a lot of actors like Cuba Gooding Jr., also like a future, who also won an Oscar before, and Little Ice Cube, who became one of the most influential music rappers of all time. Well, let's say NWA and all when he was little, when he was like in his late teens, and
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne's in that movie as well.
Yeah, who also later like 8 years prior he before he even played Morpheus in the first Matrix film, and also and a lot of great like actor talent in the film. It's very influential as well.
Yeah.
And also like he's part of he also made another he also made like films beyond that, like I Say Poor Justice with Janet Jackson and Tupac Shakur. Well, it's not that good as Boys in the Hood, but it has a little the performances is just good as well.
It's Tupac.
Yeah, a lot of influences as well, and also Peter Mill, who originally played Chewbacca in the original Star Wars trilogy, and the only one in Force Awakens. He died like last
Peter
year.
Mayhew as well.
Yeah. And surprising me that Luke Perry, the TV actor who was in Beverly Hills 90210, he wasn't in the tribute either, but he also died the same stroke as Singleton. Like he died like a month earlier before Singleton passed away.
Yeah.
But I didn't include as well. But most of y'all, but I know I know it's like a lot of people who passed away last year. So, but they did But other people did tribute in certain ways, so yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Did you like Brad Pitt winning Best Actor for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Best Supporting Actor?
Best Supporting Actor.
Best Supporting Actor.
Well, you wrote me a letter, said you could live without me no more.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that movie. I still haven't seen the new movie either, but one day I will. But to me, he like deserves it as well, because it's another Quentin film that's also nominated in the Oscars for like John Martin nominated like a few years ago, like Christopher won that best supporting actor. Yeah, and Yeah. So everything else is well, mostly it's all good and all. Every the nominations that's great as well. But some stuff that's I think which I heard that Robert Downey Jr. was really supposed to be nominated for an Oscar, but it never happened. Only for visual effects for Avengers Endgame. But even that movie is the first film that made the first highest grossing film that didn't made it that didn't win any Oscar at all. Like previous 2 billion movies like Avatar or some of the James Cameron's films like Terminator 2 or something or Titanic. They won a few Oscars as well. Especially Titanic won Oscars literally almost over 20 years ago.
I think the reason why Endgame didn't get any Oscar wins was because that movie genre is so saturated with movies like it. I mean, it was the spectacle, the culmination of everything that happened at the end of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But those movies have been played out 20 some odd times already. It's not so much innovation as it was just exploration of where they could go from there. And they had huge effects, beautiful storyline, everything like that. But I don't think it was Oscar worthy. I just thought it was more epic than really talented, if you understand what I'm saying. It's
Like
a hot take, but
Box office film, like a popcorn movie.
I agree. All right.
So if we can conclude the show, I want to give Keanu the Oscar for Best Terrier TV Host.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know I deserve it, but mostly I deserve this than Mike. I know he also I know that he also movies as well, but I know that you had a little different thing. So, but to me I deserve it. So thank you guys so much.
All right, no problem.
Don't worry about it.
You deserve it, Keanu.
Thanks.
I want to thank your mom, your goldfish, someone like that.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good night.
Take it easy, guys. Thank you for watching.
Good night, everybody. I hope you have a good night.